So he started to write.
In 1931?
1941.
41.
He started to write. I mean, you know, before he wrote and he just gave it to the group members. After 1941, he started working on his book, The Dramatic Universe. You know, and by when the war finished, he had this big property in South London. You know, where they had it was for the coal research, which was his job. And after the war, a group of them, they thought they used to meet there for work. And they said, well, you know, we can buy this property. And it was like a big place, you know, with a big house and big gardens and so on. And it was being sold very cheap. So they bought it, and they set up an institute there. And he...
they, together with Uspensky?
No, Uspensky,
just him.
Uspensky is not finished.
So just him?
Just him, yeah, yeah. And he had a group of, you know, maybe 50 or 100 people by that time, you know. But he, you know, to inaugurate the institute, he gave a series of lectures. And the lectures were published as a book called The Crisis in Human Affairs. And his thing was that there is a crisis, and it's a crisis of people. It's not a, you know, this was, you know, right after the war had finished. And, you know, the period between 1850 and 1950 was the maximum period of human destruction. World War I, World War II, genocide here, genocide there, you know. And, you know, after 1950, of course, then the destruction ceased to be of people, it was destruction of more of the environment, you know. And, you know, he said that, you know, there is a crisis, and it's a crisis of people. And then he reconnected with Gurdjieff in 1948. And then, you know, Gurdjieff taught in different ways. With every person was with him was taught in a different way, you know. And, you know, why are you smiling?
Because I see this is right.
Yeah. But, you know, one of the things, you know, so, I mean, I have no evidence that he spoke to anybody else about this crisis of people. You know, that, and you see what, my father gave a series of talks in 1950 after Gurdjieff was died, and he called Gurdjieff the making of a new world, you know, because this is, you know, this is the words that he said he heard from Gurdjieff. We'll make a new world.
What, how did he understand the new?
That there must be a new paradigm. He said before, you know, the paradigm was all, you know, the rights of individuals. You know, each person was entitled to their own right. Everybody had entitlements. This is new. This was, you know, this was from, you know, the last, you know, 1,000 years or something. This is always the belief that there is a, you know, the most important thing is my rights as an individual. He said, well, this is, you know, this is a recipe for disaster if everybody insists on their rights, and then I get together with a group of people and I have, you know, the rights of my group or the rights of my society, the rights of my community, the rights of my nation are more important than the rights of, you know. He said, this is going to be impossible. You know, this is going to lead to destruction. And, you know, I mean, he echoes really, you know, in chapter 28 in Beelzebub, you know, the destruction of the labours of Ishiata Shirmash, you know, where this was like the Lentra Hamsonin, you know, came up with this model, you know, what's important is my, you know, this was very much the model of my rights. He said that the new model must be based on cooperation between individuals, between, you know, groups of individuals, between societies, between nations, between, you know, relations between humanity and the lower intelligences and the higher intelligences. You know, the relations with the you know, human beings must take their place in the reciprocal maintenance.
Okay, and with whom your father became cooperative?
I believe that he tried to embody that.
Did he succeed? Did he create it?
I can't answer. I can't answer that.
Why? You know.
Because I'm not him.
No, you know.